You're What's up, YouTube? It's Wabi from the Politically Correct Show, coming to you um, with just a little short video. Not gonna hold you too long. Just had to talk about Amber Rose and the stuff that she has uttered out of her mouth. It's crazy because before I show you what she said, I gotta say beforehand, she was doing okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, with these celebrities, what I uh I feel like for me, I won't say judgment because I don't judge nobody, but for me to uh how do I approach that? For me to like a celebrity, persona wise off the camera and enjoy what they're doing and stuff, and I guess you would say support or whatever you call it. I just enjoyed their products and stuff. If you're a musician, I'm gonna enjoy your music. If you're an artist, I'm gonna enjoy your art. If you're a chef, I'm gonna enjoy your food. If you're a comedian, I'm gonna enjoy your skit. That's just what it is. If you're an actor, I'm gonna enjoy your movies. So I say that to say I can enjoy it, but there's just some things that turn me off when you utter things. Like Amber Rose doesn't have nothing for me to enjoy. She's famous for dating Yeezy. That's how I know her. And Wiz Khalifa and 21 Savage. And then she did that slut walk thing where I guess she was bringing awareness to like hoes. Uh, she did that. You know where I'm getting at with this is everything she does, I don't really enjoy it. I don't really like it. I don't think it really serves too much of a purpose. So when she started to speak this political stuff and talking about people actually reading and doing research and all this and that, it was great. I just felt like, oh, well, maybe she's maturing and stuff. And, we're all, she's just doing fine. But then she started to go way off the deep end here. Way off the deep end. She openly supports Trump, which is definitely completely fine. Uh, she has embraced the no victim mentality that you know, I've embraced as well. Is we're not victims out here in this country. Yes, there's racism. Yes, there's things to set us back as people, militant people, but at the end of the day, our greatness solves all of that. So, racism's still alive, but thanks to the people before us, it's a lot more manageable. At least we're not enslaved and stuff. And we can go ahead and get our own. Just like I got my own YouTube channel right now. So I understand that part of I understand that part because that's kind of where I'm at, honestly, in life. But then she did too much. You learn things and now you're doing a little too much with what you learned, you know? And now the joking is over and she had this to say.
White people should be able to say, and I'm going to tell you why.
White people should be able to say,
and I'm going to tell you why. White people should be able to say, and white people should be able to say, white people should be able to say, and I'm going to tell you why. Because no one, when you really stop giving a about stupid, dumbass words. We'll stop killing each other. And Nick, it's very different. You know, if it says the hard R and they're pointing at you, it's very different than rap lyrics or saying, oh, that's my homie.
Right.
You
If
know?
somebody's using a term as a derogatory
Yes,
term,
but
or
we
hate
know
and
that.
hurt, you know the difference between somebody just saying
We're all
a rap
smart
lyric.
enough. We're all
Absolutely.
smart enough to know what's right and what's wrong. And that's
So that's what she says. And I mean, I get the purpose of her saying that, but I don't think she understands, though. You know, like, white people can't say the N word because it's like, for what she just did right there, you learn something, you take an inch out of it, and then you take it to a whole nother mile. You know? It's like when Ye spelled all that Jewish stuff. I won't say anti-Semitic because I'm not gonna say all of it was anti-Semitic. A lot of it was based off of common belief, but either way, a lot of some of the stuff that he was spewing was giving somebody an inch to go a mile, and then you had news reports where you had white kids beating up Jewish kids and saying that Ye told them to do it. You know, you have white kids throwing them banners up, you know, saying that Yeezy was right. You know what I'm saying? So the message that Yeezy tried to bring out, which was the Jewish people are banding together and that's what we need to do. The toxicity of what he said, because he didn't say it in the best tone, it started to spill out all of this evil. That's why he had to apologize, because you know, now you're really getting into real racism at that point. So I understand the attempt to say, oh, white people can say the N-word, but if you get white people to say the N-word, then now we just lost a boundary. And when you lose that boundary, now you got to find out what happens after that. Once you lose that boundary, like, losing boundaries mentally is like losing a boundary physically. Like, if we were to cut the borders off from Canada, you know, I mean, I don't think Canadians would rush in to be in America, but say Canada was a bad country and it was like North Korea or something. If we cut that border off and there's no borderline control, then everybody would just come over here for free, you know, and it would be chaotic. That's why the border is there, you know, like, who's that white guy? Man, who's that white guy? Yeah, Paul Wall. Paul Wall said it best. He said, as a white American who's been around black people his whole life, he's never ever had the excitement to say the N-word. He never had to say it because there's no use for it. There's no real use for it. Like, for me, honestly, I do say it, being biracial. Um, being mixed. I hate saying biracial. Biracial sounds so, I don't want to be African American. I like saying mixed because it sounds better to me. It sounds like I'm proud to be both instead of, ew, you know, like I don't want to say biracial. That sounds too appropriate. I like mix. So for me being mixed, I can say, I get it, but there's still a boundary. Like Paul Wall said it better. He said that he's white and he's never had to say it because he's never had the excitement to say it. Like I say it as being a mixed guy, but when I say it, for one, I say it in certain settings, of course. But then for two, I don't say it to white people. White people don't say it to me. I feel like that there's just this cohesive agreement, non-negotiable agreement between us that you shouldn't say it to me. And when white people do say it to me, I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. And a lot of those guys, maybe I might not punch you in your face like people on the internet said they will. But do you really think I'm going to take you as a serious friend? Like, no, I won't. Like, YouTube channel, you want to do that with me? No, you're not doing that with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm going to hit you up on a smoke session if you say the N-word all the time? No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not chilling with motherfuckers who just say the N-word all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, me as a mixed guy, and I'm basically going to say it as a black man, I don't even want to say the N-word like that. Like, like, I guess sometimes when I'm talking super slang to somebody and I'm like really close to somebody and he's like a real good friend, it brings it out of me. But most of the time I don't even say the N-word. So it's like, why do white people have to say the N-word so much? Like, why is this such a big deal? Like, why can't they just not say it? So yeah, that's what I got for the Amber Rose incident, basically. Is some mixed people make us look bad, and that's why a lot of people call us white. And then not only that, but the word itself isn't the problem. It's the word and the history of the word that's the problem. Thus brings the boundary for white people. And white people shouldn't break that boundary because breaking boundaries equals chaos. Like that's another problem that we have in this world is we'll sit here and try to destroy all boundaries, and it sounds nice and sounds great, just like uh just like uh both parents working sounds great, both parents getting money, but a nuclear family is definitely the most safest, most rational, most natural way to go. We need to stop trying to outdo the masses and start living the way we were supposed to be living in the first place. So that's what I got for today. So with that in mind, God bless you, God bless the First State, and God bless America. It's Wabi. And you already know the rest. We out.